Good morning, YouTube. It is Sunday morning, October 8th, and I feel like crud. I don't know if I've got more gunk from the weather or more germs or what, but my whole body aches and my knees bother me for some reason, and just my head hurts. So we're starting off with a cup of tea and gonna make iced coffee ice. I'll try to show you that. So I woke up early this morning and then I felt like crud, so I decided to lay down and like just chill for a little bit and watch some YouTube videos. And I fell asleep on my iPad. And my husband got up and fed all the cats. And I woke up with the bathroom light on and a cat on me. Because Onyx came and said hi. So now it is like 7 o'clock, which is like super late for me to wake up. So this is what I'm doing. Filling my little silicone ice tray here with my mocha iced coffee, so I can put it in the freezer. So I'll have ice cubes for my iced coffee in the morning for school. I ran laundry last night. I think I have one load that I need to put in the dryer. This is the kind of iced coffee I've been getting. This International Delight mocha. It's really good. So I'll put that in the freezer. Excuse me, it's a mouthful. And now, yes, I'm in my pajamas. All I have left of my breakfast sandwich stuff is one biscuit and some eggs, so no sausage, which is okay. And I have grapes in there that I totally forgot about. Yeah. So, I'm going to heat up my little egg thingy. And biscuits. It's time to start making some more freezer breakfast. Over here. Cover up everything. Put it in the microwave. Try 30 seconds. Yes, indeed. There's laundry in the washing machine that needs to go in the dryer. So we'll do that. These are the pumpkins that I had at school for the pumpkin ring toss. I told my daughter I'd bring them home so she could have them. So I'm getting the laundry transferred from the washer to the dryer. And this is my last load because I did a dark load last night. I don't want to hang these up. These are my Old Navy pants. I'm going to try them in here. Anyway, I hung all the delicates up last night. And all the darks got put away. And the towels. So this was my last load. And then I realized that I had a couple of things in the hamper from yesterday when we went out and did stuff. So I will probably, I'm not hitting the dryer very well, my goodness. I will probably throw all the blankets, like the ones that we have, the little throws that we snuggle with on the couch and such. I'll probably throw these in. Sorry. I'll probably throw those in. My goodness, I'm a bad shot. With the few little things that I didn't get done. Okay, this needs to be hung. This is that awesome stuff that Elizabeth Corbett sent me. And now I need to take these to school. been sitting here to help me remember to grab it, and I keep forgetting to grab it, so. This is on. Yay, I love. Well, this really isn't dirty, but I think I wiped up some spill from cat water, so yeah, I don't want to use it again. This I need to hang up. I need to find a hanger to put on. These are those cleaners that I made over the summer with lemon oil and orange oil, and I keep forgetting they're in here. It's one of my husband's work shoes. So yeah, I need to remember to do that because it's natural. I'm not sponsored by anyone, but I just gotta say, these Old Navy, they're the pixie cut pants. They are so comfortable. So if you need some pants for school, I highly recommend these. I just got them off their website because I wanted this mustard color. I don't know if you can tell. It's mustard. There's a white wall. Mustard. But I really like them. They're very comfortable. And they're true to size, I think. Look at all the laundry. This is all the stuff I had to wash in the delicate load and hang to dry. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
A lot of Sunday is taken up with planning for the next week and preparing for the next week. So I'm finalizing my lesson plans, I'm getting my activities together, making sure my clothes are all ready, the dishes are clean, the food is thought of and purchased so I can cook for the week, and just kind of resting and relaxing today since I don't feel that great. So that's most of what today will be. Been watching a little bit of TV and kind of looking on Pinterest and looking on Teachers Pay Teachers to get activity ideas for my next intervention group, which starts tomorrow. I have the higher kids, so we're going to be working on double-digit subtraction.
I'm happy to say I got all my spelling assessments graded. So they're in my little spelling book, ready to take back to school. I also had the alphabet writing. Some kids really good at writing their alphabet. Other kids really not good at writing their alphabet. So I'm going to get some alphabet pages for them to practice on for the letters they're having trouble with. That'll be the next thing I do. I also realized that if I'm going to teach students to do two-digit subtraction, they need to learn place value first, because we haven't taught that yet, because I have the enrichment group in our intervention thing starting tomorrow for 2 weeks. So we're going to do 2 days of place value, and this is something I just found somewhere. And they have to color, like if there's a 2 in the 1's place, they color it a certain color. If there's a 6 in the 10's place, they color it a certain color. It makes a really cute quilt. And that way you can tell if they know the difference between 10's and 1's. Hello. I took a long, well, my hair looks really lovely. I took a long whirlpool bath just a little while ago. Wow. I cannot tell you how much better that made me feel. I just relaxed. I think it just soothed my muscles, calmed the stress, relaxed me, just made me feel a lot better. So Onyx is over there meowing to get out of the bedroom. She just ate. She has special food. So she eats different food than the rest of the cats. Anyway, I was saying that Onyx has a special diet because she was very overweight. After she was spayed, she just started putting on lots and lots of weight. And some cats do that. Our other cats didn't really do that. Excuse me, but she did. And so we were kind of alarmed that she was getting quite large. Excuse me. Anyway, she put on quite a bit of weight, and it was to the point where she wasn't really playing. She wasn't jumping. She just laid around and slept a lot. And she's only a year old. That's not good. She's still a kitty. She's still a baby. So she definitely wasn't feeling energetic and wanting to do anything that baby kitty should be doing. So we got her to the vet. They didn't think there was anything physically, medically wrong with her other than she just ate too much. So we have to separate her from the other cats. They eat their food and she eats her food in our bedroom. And then when they're finished eating, we let her out. So anyway, she's been meowing at the door to go out because she wants to see what they're doing, because she's missing out on things in the world with the big cats. Wants to run with the big cats. So anyway, I thought I'd show you my nails. I redid these two. My little Rebel Pink nails still hanging on. I had redone this one because the corners broke off of both thumbs. Then I crushed the crud out of this one. So I redid my thumb and my index finger. And these two were the only, well, these three were the only ones left from the last set of nails. And they were getting faded. Like the chevron thing was fading. It was rubbing off. So wearing. There we go. Hello. It was wearing off. And so I'm like, let's spruce them up. So I did these two today. So now we have this lovely little set here. I kind of like my little rebel pink e-nail. Yes, plan words. Yes, I heard the yodel from my husband that all was clear and Onyx could be released from her captivity. So I just let her out. I'm trying to get everything together for next week. I realized that I was in the same boat as I was a couple weeks ago when I was having to plan for my intervention time for the next 2 weeks on the weekend. Yeah, we got to get this ahead of time a little bit more. So I don't know how we're going to make that work, but we're going to try. I have the enrichment group coming up for the next 2 weeks. The very high kids that scored a 100% on their Go Math Chapter 2 test, and they also scored a 100% on their just straight subtraction test, and so they don't need anything on subtraction because they've got it rocking out. So we're doing double-digit subtraction, and I realized before we can do that, we need to make sure they know what place value is. So I think I mentioned this earlier, but in my foggy headache brain earlier, I don't really know what I said. So if I'm repeating myself, I totally apologize. But I found some really cool place value lessons. I think I did actually film some of the things I found, but just in case. I think I showed you that grandma's place value quilt thing that I'm going to do with them. And then I made a little game that I had seen. I think I saw an idea for it on Pinterest or something, and I just made my own version of it. And then just a few other things just to make sure they know what place value is. And then we can go on with double-digit subtraction without regrouping. They don't need to regroup. That's a whole other ball game. That is so hard for them. And unless you're going to do like a huge deal with it, they're not going to get it very quickly. So when I've taught that in the past, I've always gotten out all different kinds of manipulatives so they can actually see the regrouping happening, like the place value blocks. Of course we use those. But I also like to use our snacks, like pretzel sticks for the 10s and Cheerios for the 1s, and then they can manipulate them around and then eat them. Or you can use whatever you want. And whenever we would draw them, we would draw sticks and dots, because them having to draw the trains of 10s, just towers or whatever of 10s, too hard and not worth the time. So basically it's like tally marks and sticks. Sorry, tally marks are the sticks and then the dots are the 1s. So that always worked really well. My kids really enjoyed it. So we'll see how that goes. That won't be until like January that we teach place value. So these kids need a little background knowledge before they can be working with those 2-digit numbers to subtract them, because they need to realize that you need to do the 1s and then the 10s, not the other way around. So we'll be doing some dice games, some domino games, and just some other stuff, hopefully for fun. So I think that'll be good. I haven't had the super high kids yet. A couple of the kids in that group are from my class, so I'm really excited to have them. Other than that, I think I've got everything together. I told you I got my spelling test graded and put in the little tracking sheets. I sort of flipped through the capital letter and lowercase letter writing assessments, and it made me sad, and so I just put them away for a while because I just couldn't deal with the sadness, because it's just alarming to me that in October I have first graders that cannot write an entire alphabet out of one, size letter. Like, they can't just write all capitals and they can't just write all lowercase. They mix them. They don't remember how to write the letters in capital and lowercase form from kindergarten. Oh my goodness. And I'm expecting them to write an entire piece on how to do something from beginning to end with an introduction and a closing and a body. So it's hard. It's hard. Yeah. We'll see. We'll get there. And let's see. I got my clothes picked out. I'm just going to wear, it's supposed to be like 83 tomorrow, I think. So I'm just going to wear some capris and a short sleeve shirt and some flip-flops until my toes are too cold to handle the flip-flops, and then I'll go closed-toed shoes, probably boots. I want to say Tuesday. Let me check on my phone real quick. Oop, covered up the recording section here. Let's see how. Let's see. Today's high is 80. Which I'm not stepping outside, so I don't really know. I'll just take the word for it. Tomorrow's high, 83. Tuesday's high, 65. Woo, fall! But it's going to be rainy, so rainy fall. That's typical. So, and then 64 on Wednesday, so I'm pulling out the boots. Yes, I may be wearing some boots those 2 days. I might not be. I don't know. Depends on how lazy I feel or how tired I am. Kind of going into the week tired because of the long days last week with the elephant and piggy nights, the Tuesday and Thursday night that I did. Wednesday, I want to say Wednesday was long for some reason too. I don't know why. I think it's because I had to go. That's the day I tried to go to Walmart and we had the torrential rain and I sat there and gave up. Yes. Thursday night was my super long night because I ended up going to Walmart that night after Elephant and Piggy and didn't get home till after 8 o'clock. And then had to cook the cornbread muffins and that took another 30 minutes and then, you know how it goes. Just really long and I was just pooped. And then Friday's crazy always. Friday's freaky all the time. Had the Terrific Kid Assembly and all the hoopla of that. And then yesterday the Pumpkin Festival. And then we went to the Apple Festival. And then came home. And today I've just, I started out not feeling very well at all. Like I thought, oh crud, am I coming down with something? I feel so awful. Like I was achy. My head hurt. You get that weird sick headache. Like it's different than like just a stress headache or whatever. It was like a sick headache. I'm like, oh no, I cannot be gone. We're getting toward the end of the quarter here where I'm starting to do my testing because I don't want to get it all in 1 week. So I'm starting to go, we'll throw a test in here, throw a test in there so I don't overwhelm the kids as much. And then I can grade them as I go and be hopefully ahead of things. But yeah, all day, I've just been falling asleep on the couch. Like sleeping like a new little baby. When someone says they're sleeping like a baby, I don't always take that as a good thing. Because do you remember how babies sleep? They don't sleep very long at a time when they're little. Because they're hungry all the time because they're growing so much. So I'm talking like I would sleep for an hour and wake up. Sleep for another hour and wake up. Sleep for a half an hour and wake up. Like it was like I was narcoleptic. I could not stay awake. It was bad. I tried to watch 2 different movies. I don't think I saw enough of either one of them to really tell you what happened. It just wasn't working for me. But after my bath, I feel a lot better. Like I'm all like cleansed and deodorized and shaved and plucked and smell good and feel good. Just taking a bath sometimes just make you feel better because you're fresh again. Plus my nails are fixed up, so that's good. My clothes are picked out, my jewelry's picked out, my shoes are picked out. My bag is packed except for my computer because I'm not quite done using it. And I'll take an iPad with me. I'm filming on the iPad right now. I'll be taking it with me. Put in my teacher bag. I think I have an idea of what I'm going to take for lunch. Depends on if we have any leftovers after we have supper. Because weekends tend to eat up the leftovers in the fridge. Because mom's tired of cooking. And we want to eat up the leftovers so we're not wasting food. We want to be mindful of our fiscal responsibilities. And not waste things. So, yep. Looking around going, what else do I need to do? I think I still have that stinking light load in the dryer I need to pick up. And put away. Which I'm like, hey, other 2 human peoples. How about you go do that? Because a lot of that's yours. I may just bequeath that to my family to take care of because they are capable. I've done the washing and the drying. They can do, oh my gosh, my nose. The sorting. I think I must have cat hairs on my nose. I don't know how that would happen with 4 cats, random hairs. Anyway, yeah, today's just been kind of random. I didn't really have anything exciting to show you or tell you. This is a typical Sunday, except for church. Didn't go to church because I felt like poo. But generally on Sundays, I finalize my planning unless it's already done. But like when I have intervention groups starting, I have to come up with stuff for that. So I tend to finalize my planning for the week. Excuse me. I make a list of the copies that I need to make. Sometimes I'll print out the stuff, like one of each thing off my printer, so that I can just run the whole stack through the copier before the kids come, because I don't have a lot of time in the morning, especially if Caitlin is not feeling very energetic and getting ready very quickly so we can leave, then I don't have much time before my kiddos come. I always get my clothes picked out, my shoes, my jewelry. I have my bag packed. I always have my lunch figured out. I showed you this morning making my coffee ice cubes for my iced coffee, so that is ready. My iced coffee cup is clean and sitting on the counter waiting to be filled. So tonight, probably before I go to bed, those ice cubes should be done. So usually the night before, I will plunk all those ice cubes into my cup, fill the rest of it up with the iced coffee and stick that in the freezer. And then in the morning, I just take it out when I get up and let it thaw a little bit so that I can have a little bit to drink before too much of the day has passed. Usually there's enough thawed that I can drink it in the morning, as much as I want to drink in the morning, and then it thaws the rest of the day. What else? I think that's about it. Today not super exciting because Sundays are just kind of supposed to be a day of rest. They tend to be catch-up day. I normally have my laundry done on Saturdays, but since Caitlin was still asleep when I had to leave for the pumpkin festival, I didn't really want to start the laundry without hers because
For the last 2 weeks, she hasn't given me her laundry, so she's been recycling her whatever she's wearing. So I've been saying, hey, if you want me to wash your clothes, you need to put them in the hamper for me. Bring them into the laundry room. I'm not going to go into her room and pick through her clothes because honestly, I don't know what's clean and what's not. That's up to her. She's 16 and a half. I think she can handle that job. I'm trying to give her more responsibility so it's not such a shock, I guess, whenever she decides she wants to move and do her own thing. I'm not pushing her out. She can stay here and go through college. That's fine too. Because we do have a college that's only like, it's in the same town where I work. So we have a nice college there. And she could do that if she wanted to. I think I shall go because I'll find a clock here. It's 6:23 in the evening. And I'm just going to go chill out and try to piece together this random vlog. To see if there's anything of any kind of interest to put on tonight. It might be really super short. Because I'm not at school. I did show you stuff. I can show you the whole stack of papers that I'm going to take with me tomorrow that I'm going to copy because it's a big old glob, let me tell you. Okay, let me just switch it around here. Papers peeking out. Yeah, there's a whole stack. So I'm going to make a double-digit subtraction, not really game, but more of an activity where they'll roll 2 dice. Well, so you can see the directions I put on here. Roll 2 dice, make a 2-digit number, color the pumpkin with the matching number. So I'm just going to, since I can think now, I'm going to take a Sharpie. I may make another copy of this. I have it on my computer, so it doesn't matter, but I'll just hand write some 2 number combinations that they could get rolling 6-sided dice, because there'll be 2. Yes, I can talk sometimes. Anyway, so I will take that and write the numbers on there, and then whenever they get that number, they can color it in. I've got this. I had to modify this because it was double-digit addition. I own this pack of stuff for Miss Giraffe. It's a domino activity set or something like that. But she has great math resources. And she has great other resources too. But I have a lot of her math resources because I love them so much. But she didn't have a double-digit subtraction page. These are made for dominoes. Which tomorrow, just teaching how double digits work. This will be, not tomorrow. This will probably be one of the first pages that we do. Well, they'll make the number with, I don't know, dice maybe. I do it with dice first. Put one number here, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. But anyway, this is made for dominoes where they put the number. They can actually put the dominoes on there, or they can draw the dots, or they can write the numbers and then subtract them. On this one, get that flippy. This, I think I mentioned this before. I saw this, something similar to it, on Pinterest, and I was like, oh, well, I can just make one of those. And it only had like 6 on there, so I made one with 8. And so on this one, it's kind of to check to make sure they understand tens and ones. So they're going to roll 2 dice, write the smaller number in the ones place, and the greater number in the tens place. See, I'm trying to use that language, that vocabulary from Go Math. I'm trying to throw it in there. And then put the numbers together into the circle. So they're going to write the smaller number in the ones, the greater number in the tens, then put it together like a sandwich and park it into the circle. So I can check and make sure they understand ones and tens. Then this is going to be one of the first pages that we do for the double-digit subtraction because there is no regrouping on this whole page. And you have to color trace. It says trace the ones place in green. I'm just going to have them color this in green. Just go through and color the ones green. It says to trace the tens place in red. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to have them do green. Highlight the ones numbers in green all the way through your page. That's where you start because green means go. So that's what we're going to do with that. Then here's another thing I found on Pinterest, but I didn't like what the person had put here. So I modified it because it didn't rhyme, so that bugged me. So I fixed it, and then I showed you this earlier where they have to color. If there's a 2 in the ones place, you color this color. If there's a 6 in the tens place, you color this color, whatever makes a quilt. Then I found this on Pinterest. You roll the 2 die, and then you put 1 in the tens and 1 in the ones, and then you separate it, and then you, like if it's 5 and 6. So you have 5, 10, 6, 1. So you have 50 plus 6 is 56. That's what that means. Not sure how well that'll go. This one was really cute. I have these dice actually that I got at a teacher store several years ago, and they're really cute. If you don't have these, I think they have them on Amazon too.
it's a plastic dot cube, like a hard plastic. So I caution you not to let them roll that on a hard surface because they will crack. They're like acrylic. But inside is a teeny tiny little dice, little die. I don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see it right there. It's an itty bitty little one inside there. So when you shake it, it shakes too. So you can use that. And this actually comes with 4 different game boards. It has numbers 11 through something. And then whatever they get on here, they cover up on their game board and they try to get a bingo with it. So that'll be fun in a little group because you can do 4 in a group, which will be great. Because these are expensive and I had to buy them individually. And I think I only have 10 or 11. I think I have 11 of them. So then you can just split them out, 1 for every 4 kids. And you wouldn't need very many of them. You can also do this with just 2 dice. I mean, these are not special numbered dice. They're just regular dot cubes. They're just one inside the other. So that's really, it's a novelty to make them more interested in playing it. Then I found this cute thing for what I'm teaching in regular math, which is doubles plus 1. So it just goes through the whole thing. And I did the doubles thing with my intervention group. So then on this side, I love how there's lines though. So when they cut these, they know exactly where to put the answer. Because the other one was blank inside, which was okay. I just taught my kids to flip over 1 strip at a time. So they had a little bit of parameters of where to write their answer. But this will be fun for my kiddos for their little like extended learning time. Then we've got how to carve a pumpkin writing, our brainstorm page. And then I have my, well, it copied double-sided. I forgot to take that little, what do you call it, setting. I forgot to change the setting from the last time I printed on my printer, so whatever. I can just copy it single-sided whenever I do it because it'll be very hard for them to keep flipping back and forth from the brainstorm page to their regular writing page, so I like to have them put it side by side. So I'll fix that at school. Here is the little craft I'm going to let them make once they do this because I think it'll be really cute on the hallway display and it'll be ready for parent-teacher conferences. Look really nice. They're going to make a jack-o'-lantern. There are the stems. There are the eyes. There's the mouth. Oops. Okay, and then in our Scholastic Science Spin, we got growing pumpkins. And so I've got a pumpkin life cycle activity from Lita Lita. I love her life cycle thing. She has a whole slew of them on Teachers Pay Teachers. So if you're interested, go to Lita Lita. And she also has Spanish versions in all of her stuff. I think they're all always combined, English and Spanish. There's the top. Then there's the inside. And you just cut it. Makes it like a flip book because you end up cutting to here. So you have little flaps. And when you flip up the flaps, then it shows you this stuff. And it did the double-sided thing too. So obviously I need to single-side these when I do them at school. But that's really cool. So it'll be like this. And then underneath it'll be this. Then there is the little stem and the top of the stem. And then we've got a leaf and the kids can put their name on it. That would be really cute to lay out for parent-teacher conferences. I think I have 2 of these. I think I showed you this earlier where they highlight the green. That is okay. Oh, here's a cute little game. These are 2 different sets of spinners, so we can have 2 different games. And there's a recording. There's not the recording sheet. Here's the recording sheet for that. It did the 2-sided thing too. But what you do is you put a paper clip and you spin it. And this is your first answer to subtract. And then this is the thing you take away from. So this is the, they call that the minuend or something. I'm not into the subtraction vocabulary quite yet. All the fancy subtraction vocabulary. So this will be the top number. This will be the bottom number. And you get the difference. And then these are different numbers. So you can do this game one day and do this game another day. It's 2 different games because it's different numbers. And they write the subtraction sentences on their paper and subtract them. So that's good practice. There's another page of that I showed you already. I made 2 of them. This is a cute thing from Amy Lemons. From her subtraction with regrouping. But, you know what? Maybe it wasn't Amy Lemons. She does have one similar to it, but I don't think this is hers. I think I got this from Pinterest for free. Let's see what it says here. It says, Saddle Up for 2nd grade. So not, sorry, Amy Lemons, you're step into 2nd grade. You do have an awesome set that I do have, and she has great stuff too. But she did not have a not regrouping one. So I got this one that doesn't have regrouping. And they fold this over. And they cut this, so it's 2 flaps. They have to answer all of these. Then they cut them out. And they glue them under whether it's an even answer or an odd answer. It's good practice. Plus they're having to practice their subtraction. It's all without regrouping. This is 2 for 2 kids. So you cut this in half and give them half the sheet. Then I've got this to go along with this money subtraction. And it doesn't have any regrouping either, because what you do is you pick the cards that match each other, like the two A's together, two B's, blah, blah, blah. Then they pick the largest answer and put that on top and put the other one underneath. You can actually put this in like a dry erase sleeve, or I think I'm just going to put it in one of those little plastic, oh goodness, what are they called? The 3-ring punched plastic clear sleeves. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll try to show you at school. But instead of using the expensive sleeves where you have to put the paper down in, these are just like the ones you put into a binder. Page protectors. There we go. Clear plastic page protectors. Yes. I'm okay. So I'll give the kids dry erase markers and then like a tissue or something. And then they can figure out the answer on here and then write the answer in the piggy. Show me the money, which is cool because we're the show me state. Missouri's show me state, so show me the money. Here are the spelling tests that I graded. Yay. Finally came to the end of my crazy amount of things to copy tomorrow. That's not for tomorrow. That's for the whole week. Possibly some of that might be for 2 weeks for interventions, but definitely for just one whole week, not just tomorrow. That would be a lot of copying for one day. So I may just have to prioritize my copying in the morning and do what I need to do for the morning and then copy the rest of it later. Yeah. All right, I think I'm going to go eat something because now it's 6:34. This is my supper tonight. This is the best salsa in the world and these yummy, yummy chips. I hope you had a fabulous weekend. I hope you are well. I hope you are rested. I hope you're ready for another week of fun with your kids. I hope you have lots of things to look forward to. I think we're going to make plans to go to a pumpkin patch soon. We can't go this coming Saturday because it is someone's wedding. Someone that grew up with my daughter. It's just crazy. He's a few years older. But we just happened to run into them at the Apple Festival yesterday too. That was so cute. But they used to play together before they went to school. And so that's pretty special. So we're going to definitely go to their wedding. And then we'll just see how the weekend turns out. But this should be a fairly normal week at school. I don't have any weird meetings. I don't have anything after school that's going to take up my time other than just normal life. So hopefully I will be more well-rested, getting ready for parent-teacher conferences in a couple of weeks. So I need to be getting my grade card things tested and recorded and things. Thankfully, our new grade card, the format of it is, we're not in quarters now. So if your kid doesn't master something in that quarter, it's not a huge deal. But you do have to get it done by the end of the year. That gives you a little bit of leeway and probably will make the parents feel a little bit better. Alrighty, I will say goodnight for now, and I will talk to you tomorrow.